Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Fortnite videos. We have the Tree of Light in the game, or rather, week 1 kind of challenge for FrostNite. We got the Tree of Life. So hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Fortnite videos. I'm probably a little too hyped about the Tree of Light compared to what I should be, but it was really fun to fool around with. The very first thing that I got when I got it, upgraded it, and perked it just a little bit was to head into FrostNite to try it out, because I could just fool around with it in there with pretty much freebie resources to have a bit of a go against a lot of different power level opponents. Here I am bashing Krampus with it, a nature, no that's not true, physics element smasher. So here we have it, the obsidian and shadow shot tier of the Tree of Light. Just showing you guys the differences between it. This is a slow attack weapon that has a unique perk on it. Every 8th hit causes a stun around the character, and around the character is really key, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about that. So anyway, we have a weapon that is already very slow hitting. I decided to go shadow shot with it, hit even slower, deal more damage, higher impact. It's mainly gonna be up against tough opponents, so I figured let's just go with the slow build, just as what I did with the paint train. So we have a weapon here that really has to deal some damage when you hit with it, and you really want to make each and every one of these hits count. I'm upgrading it to Sunbeam, or rather I did power level 130, level 50 in the game, and these are the perks the weapon came with, and I kinda wanted to up it just a little bit without going too crazy on it, because I wasn't sure what we're going to be getting and how good it was going to be for me to play with in the game. Critical rating is something, normally I would say go with one of those and 2 critical damage, but because I didn't want to be going all legendary perk and possibly even epic perk on it, I decided that I would just go for 2 crit ratings and a single crit damage, so that I crit every second attack, give or take, but I deal a decent amount of damage when I do so, so I have a very high chance of critting, and when I do that, I deal a lot of damage. Obviously, if I'm going to be perking this up to legendary, I will go more likely 1 crit rating and 2 crit damage perks on it, but perhaps we're going to be looking into that in another video. The 5th perk on the weapon here is going to be damage to mist monsters and bosses, again because I'm mainly going to be bashing those. So getting more damage towards the only opponents I really have in the game is key here, because stun staggered, nah, not gonna go with that. For the element, we have the physics damage, and it's kinda okay because we have Krampus smashers in the game right now, and they are all physics element opponents. So it makes pretty good sense that right now it's just gonna be that. This year is the very first time I crafted the weapon in FrostNite. I was playing in there a few different missions, trying it out with a few different characters, going for different power levels to find out what did I really think about the weapon before deciding, do I even want to spend my resources on this weapon in the real game modes. And I was surprisingly positively surprised, if that's even a thing, because the crit rate and all that kind of stuff was decent. Just as with any other weapon, you have some pretty static ideas about how it's going to be working, but the stun on it was a massive surprise for me, how efficient it actually was, because it is centered on the character. So it's not centered on whatever you're going to be hitting, which means that when you dragon slash through a horde of opponents and you hit something possibly the toughest thing in front of you, you're also, when you trigger this Tree of Light ability, going to be stunning the things that are about to gank you in the back, and that is, in my opinion, pretty strong. It was very surprising how much I really felt that I benefited from having this ability. Almost like having a tiny shock tower around my hero, which when combined with the Dragon Slash and the Smoke Bomb was really cool. Today I was lucky enough to help out with a few Storm Shield defense missions, and I played a ninja today because, one, I wanted to fool even more around with the Tree of Light in the real game mode, because I was surprised. I didn't think I would ever be crafting a new melee weapon in the game. The Tree of Light, it really surprised me. And in these Twine Peaks Storm Shield defense missions, this is a Twine Peaks Storm Shield defense 6. As you can see, we only have power level 94 husks, so it's it's slightly overpowered for the mission. But on the other hand, we have so many husks in here. We have hordes of opponents, which means that we can really test out how this stun option is going to be shining when we have an abundance of opponents just flooding towards us. And here again, I really felt that the weapon was going to be shining, and it did. It was really enjoyable gameplay. Normally when I play Storm Shield defense missions, if they are Twine Peaks 4 or above, I always go with my Outlander. If they are below, I often say like go with the Harvester and my Neon Scythe, because then I can just like blindfolded melee everything. Sometimes I learn how to jump, sometimes I don't. You guys don't want to be going there. I'm horrible at controlling sometimes. But the combination, anyway, going back to the weapon on a ninja, of having the area of effect stun with your area of effect dragon slash and your area of effect smoke bomb is really powerful. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a better weapon than many of the other weapons we have in the game. The Masamune has an exploding option when you hit a lot of time, but it is a fire element weapon. Here we don't have that limitation of really dealing low damage against water element husks and more up against nature element husks. So it is interesting, especially also for non-founders that can't get the Masamune. We have 8 hits here where we have 6 on the Masamune, which also means that it's gonna proc less often than what the Masamune does. And of course you're not gonna be getting damage out of it, but you're gonna be getting a bit of a cooldown option where you can have your smoke bomb recharge, where you can have your dragon slash recharge. So it's going to be buying you some time, which in this game is survivability. And if there is one thing I have been asking for in Fortnite Save the World for melee characters, then it is survivability. So in regards to that, it is really cool. One of the things they also changed lately, and wow, they changed damage reduction. We now have armor in the game, and what they really did was they took survivability away from us. They said that wanted to make it easier to use, understand, and we can't really make these heroes any longer that have crazy survivability, which means that having a stun option again is good for survivability because we can't get crazy damage reductions. I think it caps around 50%. So having the option to slash into damage, slash away again, double jump away, stun things, it's a really great new option for us to play with in the game. I feel so. Anyway, if you guys have been like fooling around with the Tree of Light, be sure to put it down there. What do you guys think about the weapon? Have you perked it up like completely different? Do you think it is completely junk, or are you hashtag amazed about the new Tree of Light weapon that we are swinging mindlessly around in the game? Besides that, I wanted to wow guys, thank you so much for the massive support for me as an Epic Games creator. I am deeply honored by every one of you guys that are selecting me as your Epic Games creator in there. It means the world to me, so thank you guys very much for that. Also wanted to push the Discord a little bit. I have been very actively using it the last 3 days, and it is something I am expecting to be doing moving forward as well. The way I have been doing it is that 2 times per day, I think, I've posted in there that I would be available for 1 or 2 hours for helping with crafting, Storm Shield defense helps, just playing random missions, whatever you guys wanted, and yeah, going public modes, private modes, whatever. So there has been a decent interest in that. So if you guys want to be like having help with your Storm Shield defenses, or if you would like me to craft some kind of equipment that I have the schematic for and you have the materials for, be sure to check out my Discord and keep track of, I'm gonna be posting in there Monday to Friday when I am available to help out with missions and crafting. So yeah, it's a good idea. I'm gonna be posting the link to that in the description. Coming right around the corner is of course the new explosive weapon. That is the thing I have been looking the most forward to in the entire FrostNite canon period. I am a sucker for explosive weapons in the game, so it's gonna be coming 1 AM my time, which is, yeah, it is in 3 hours or something like that. So I'm gonna be bashing FrostNite like crazy, trying to get the new explosive weapon and the shotty as well. I will probably mainly be looking into the explosive weapon because, I mean, Santa's little helper. We're gonna be throwing bomb presents. So we are now the moles. Oh yes, we are. It's gonna be super cool. Anyway, that was like pretty much what I had to share in this video. On a side note, I'm gonna be coming up with a lot more Hades around the corner because we have a massive update for Hades, another game in the Epic Games launcher. And do I have anything else on my mind really? Well, not. Yeah, I'm testing out my cam once again, and it's because I got a new headphone there that I'm gonna be trying out as well. So new gear that should allow me to look a little bit more into streaming in the future. So hopefully it's gonna happen. It depends. It depends a lot on life and like on the interest you guys have in it. If you want to be seeing specific streams, be sure to put it down there. If you're interested in more live streams, once again, what would you like to see? Is it gonna be like random stuff like what we did before? Do you prefer like contests and giveaways or just random fun? Put it down there so that I can try to plan a little ahead. Yeah, here we have my Discord where I post a few screenshots and just updates about what's going on when I am more or less publicly available in the game. So anyway guys, that was what I had to share this time around. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the bell and subscribe for even more Fortnite Save the World content. For now guys, thank you very much and very much for watching.